Hello? Hey, we're working. That's good. It will be ever so mildly tethered. Ah, thanks. Oh, that's awesome. I was so prepped for this one. Did a whole intro and everything. Now you guys will never get to hear the intro. That's awesome. Hello. The microphone died. So I'm going to be tethered to a power board for a little while, just so that we still have sound. What I was saying was, what? Well, what I was saying, welcome back to Umart OnLive. Run it again. 4 minutes though. That's got to be a record time for tech issues. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for bearing with us. This is our second ever live here on Umart On Live. If this isn't your first stream that you've watched, congratulations on a 100% watch rate so far, as this is the second. We're still getting our bearings on everything today. We're going to be doing a build live on stream, one of our MSI builds from our PC configurator on the website. There will be 5 of these that are available for purchase, which we will have hopefully a link to and everything later on. And if you purchase one of those 5 builds, you can go into the running to win the MSI monitor from last week, because unfortunately no one won that just yet. We do have the winners of our recent giveaways, so keep an eye on your emails to see if you get an email about that, and let us know which store is easiest for you to collect from. Make sure that during the stream today, you jump on over to our Google form so that way you can put in an application to be in the draw for some of our giveaways. Today, we're very excited. Thank you to MSI for giving us a Z790 motherboard to give away, which is the motherboard that we'll be building with today. So to win this motherboard here, we have this marvelous piece in the background. If you would like to win that, all you have to do is fill out that Google form and make sure that you write some messages in the chat. Tell us how your day is going. Tell us what you love about Umart, about MSI. Tell us what your cat's name is, whatever you would like. Just engage in the chat, fill out that Google form, and you can go in the running to win that motherboard. So back to what I said initially, let's get into the build now that you can actually hear me. Okay. Woo. So we've got our top-down camera and everything here to show you a little bit of what we're working with. I am going to have to be a little bit careful to not walk too far because we love a dead battery. This is 100% on me. It was my job to charge it and I forgot. Did a million and one other things. Didn't charge the microphones. So we live and we learn. So this is our motherboard that we are building with today. The week of tech with Jess. Another week of tech issues with Jess. It's good. This is week 2. By week 3, I reckon for sure we should have this whole streaming thing like down to an art. Don't quote me on that. I promise nothing. But this is our motherboard that we are working with today. This is the MSI Z790. This is the motherboard that you can go into the running to win this week. If you go on and fill out the Google form and then make sure that you write some messages in the chat. Which cat? I have too many. Crazy cat guy. Yes. All of them. All of them. Yes. Also, the vault. I did have to explain to one of our moderators what Unus Annus is because it does not translate Ragdoll as your buzzer. Absolutely. Ragdoll is 100% our recommended choice. So this one here as well, we've got our cute little MSI keyrings that are going into our builds today. Then we've got everything else sitting down here. I'm going to have to try and just shimmy some things across the counter so that I can reach everything. Whoop. Here's all of our parts, all of the bits and pieces from our MSI Inspired build. Thank you again, MSI, for the cool giveaways. Again, I'm not really sure which parts picked up and which parts didn't. So just to either repeat or share some information, if you would like to purchase the build that we do today on stream, then that will be available for purchase in the near future, and that will put you in the running to win the MSI monitor from last week. Very, very exciting. Remember that you need to keep an eye on your email after you've filled out the Google form. Make sure that the email that you put on there when it prompts for the request is the email that would be attached to your Umart account, so that that way we can contact you about winning, about where to collect everything from, and all of that good stuff. And when it says screen name, make sure it's the screen name that you use while you're communicating in our chat, so that we know that we can find you. And let's get into it. So we have on our parts list, let me just switch back to the other, because behind me on this screen, conveniently hidden behind the case that we are working with today, is all of our parts boxes. So this is everything that we are putting into our build today. So we have an Intel i5 14th gen CPU. We have some 32 gig Vengeance RGB DDR5 RAM. Of course, our Z790 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi motherboard. We have the Mag Core Liquid, M240 liquid cooler. We have the 650 watt power supply. We have this cute little one here, a 4060 Ti graphics card, and then our NVMe is one of our MSI NVMe's. Cool. And then also my cutting board and Lazy Susan for when I have to spin it to put wires in, because it's efficient, not lazy. So, also our case. There will be some pictures and everything that will be available on the website very soon, and that's where the listings will be. There will be 5 of these builds that are available for purchase. And if you purchase one of these builds, you can go in the running to win the MSI monitor. So we'll start here. I saw on a video that somebody just put the CPU in and let it push that out. My anxiety could never. Is there anybody that is new to Umart OnLive today? This was good. I had a whole intro. It was great. Next week, though, if you come back to Umart OnLive, you get to hear it, because I'll make sure that the microphones are charged for next week. But anybody who has been on my channel before know that kind of scary putting the CPU in upside down. So the Intel, even the 14th gen ones, they have the little cutouts. They're slightly offset, so there's some locating pins. Yeah. Let there be light. But yes, we are doing a little bit of adjusting today. Okay. Oh, I just assumed if you came down that something had gone wrong. A little bit of adjustments and stuff to get everything ready for the stream. It's been quite a journey, I think. So these are for our cooler, for our power supply. I'll finish putting these, and then we will run You could probably play something quietly, just not the. I feel Matt's nodding. Um, hmm. Just something royalty free. Well, back the other way. My bad. I should be paying more attention to this for sure. I'm too focused on how quiet the showroom had gotten. It was too quiet. Oop. I'm always too delicate with this, and it like I don't want to break anything. Imagine if I break RAM sticks for the first time ever live on stream, and also trying to do this so that that way it's better viewing for the stream. I am doing all of this upside down. DDOs. Yes, there is like every now and then you can get the RAM first try. Is there we go. This was not one of those times, and I'm really glad that that was live on stream. If ever you're going to make errors, make sure everybody is watching. Except that I'm not going to make any errors that can't be reversed. Important to remove plastic covers off heat sinks. I have also updated the Google form from our stream last week so that people can fill out what you would like to see on Umart OnLive. So if you have filled out that form, feel free to go back and fill it out this week again just to make sure that you see all those new prompts and it's got updated information about this week's giveaway, like our motherboard that is up for grabs. I'm hoping if it didn't save. But then again, it's entirely possible that I've also caused more tech issues today. Look, I don't think it would be a Friday without a few tech issues, right? Well, I mean, for most people, probably not, but try and slide the case over just a touch. I am again tethered to a power board right now because my delightful tech issue of the day was my own negligence to not charge my microphones. I had nailed everything else. I had it all perfect. I swear. I'm pretty sure this has a plastic cover over it. Can I get it off? Absolutely not. We will get that later. Need to upgrade my PC soon as it is very slow. Well, if you would like to do upgrades, then you are more than welcome to come in and talk to some of our friendly staff about any components or anything that you were thinking or ask for advice. Otherwise, the build that we are working on today and all of its components will be available for purchase after the stream. We have 5 of them, and if you purchase one of these 5 builds, then you can go in the running to win the MSI monitor. Thank you again to MSI for supporting us in our stream dreams. It's but yes, it's a week by week process as we go through and try and work out all of the kinks and bumps of streaming and been having brain tech issues. Look, it's one of those days, I think. I love though that after last week had fully scripted the first part of the stream and then found out that the microphone didn't work. Also think that you can see a step ladder in the background of this. They can't know how short I am. No. Woo, MSI. How is everybody else's day going? So I've seen an underwhelming amount of cat names. Okay. Oh, good. I didn't grab any of my magnetic trays or anything because I thought I don't need that. I'm going to use this instead. Go. I need to take all of the plastic off this. It is very important that we do not leave all of this covered in plastic. I think that um, this time last week during our first live stream as well, Jess from Umart is at least 6 foot. Don't lead the people down a straight path. This is not, no. The size that I am on whatever monitor you're watching on is actually real life size. I am very small. I am waiting for when some people come in and go, wow, you're a lot shorter than I thought you were. And I'm like, yep, happens every time. Cool. There's that. Volt is very hung up currently on the Unis Honest meme. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Easiest way to keep everything presented and still build. Cool. Go. Okay. I'm just gonna face this way. Plenty of bench space, not enough hands. A common problem. Go. Okay. How many of these standoffs do we have to adjust? Probably not many, hopefully. Maybe the buddy system. I'm not sure that there's much for a buddy system at this point. Except that I've got a bunch of buddies standing behind me to sing out if something goes wrong. So far, the fact that the stream started is probably a plus. The fact that the sound works now is also a plus, and I like that we can use these microphones while they're still charging. 3 pluses. And we resolved our tech issues in 4 minutes. That's it. It's all coming up Millhouse. I'm just going to very neatly file these right here on the counter. And absolutely not knock them off everywhere. That'll be good. Ooh. I might take the power board with me at some point though. Grabbed the longest cable I could see in 3 seconds. Almost. Oh. I don't know. I'll let you make that one, Chromatic Wolf. You can, how to, what was it? Nitrogen Cooler PC. I'm not sure I'll be throwing my hand up for that one, as fun as it might sound. I feel like that will be a personal YouTube adventure. Very sorry. Would somebody be able to grab me one of the plastic cases of the screws out of the, should be top drawer at the end? I just need, no, just one of the boxes, because it should have the thing, no, plastic box that has the screws in it. Sometimes comes with like a Lian Li case. It has the little bit in it to put the next one down. I reorganized things and I really should have told everybody where I had reorganized them to. Thank you. I'm really hoping the thing that I need is in here. There it is. But yes, for anybody who has only just recently joined, there is a Google form that you can fill out to go in the running to be, to win an MSI motherboard, the Z790, which is the motherboard that we are using for our build today. There is also a section at the bottom of that Google form now that says if you would like to see anything on Umart Live, let us know. Getting some feedback on what you would like to see, and anything that any projects or anything we can do in the future, or even if you just want to tell us what we did well, what we didn't do well. You know, will you do an AMD build next time? I hope so. I am an AMD nerd. I will happily do an AMD build. This one, however, the reason that we are doing our Intel build today is because you can go in the running to win one of these MSI Z790 motherboards. To win, all you have to do is go and fill out our Google form. Make sure that you've got the details on there when it asks for your email. Make sure that it's the email that is attached to your Umart account. And engage in the chat. Send some messages, say hello, all the good stuff. And when it asks for your screen name, make sure that you put down the name that will appear on the YouTube chat when you send messages to us so that we know who it is. Yes. What case is that? We have the MSI Mag Forge 112R. I should have known that off the top of my head. Just tuck behind those fan cables. Yes. So we'll do the build and then I'd like to take a minute a little bit later on I was supposed to make a thing up for it, but I might just try and have a look. The people who won our giveaways last week. Thank you so much for being in the stream. Anybody who's here from last week, thank you for coming back. Anybody who's new, welcome to the madness. It's only madness because I'm here, let's be honest. Doing my best. I mean, it's not that I guess like I've got a million and one things to remember, and the parts list was on there. It's in there somewhere. The old brain vault. But also, we have the stack of boxes behind us. I'll switch back to the other camera in a moment. Ooh, have a good look. No worries. Welcome to the stream. Yes. I probably could have chroma keyed the mouse mats out of shot and put something behind it. Pro streamer. Yep. Oh, that's a good question. Is our other moderator in here? Oh, are they busy? Hmm? Oh, oh. There's just a question in there if someone wants to answer, or if any of the other guys that are hovering want to answer. There's just a from Cosmic. Can either
So we can order them in custom for our suppliers in some cases, but we don't plan on stocking them sort of off the bat.
okay.
Do we just let it's text or?
I think it heard most of it, but you could probably type it. It might be a little bit clearer.
Yeah,
just didn't see.
Yeah.
Finish work at 2:59 on Fridays now to watch the stream. That is some dedication. I love that. This is everything. I think I've actually done all of them. Oh, bar one. Listening at work. Ooh. Make this look so easy to do. I've built enough now that I have some semblance of an idea of making sure that I do everything properly. I could probably build it a lot faster, but I'd rather not rush it and, risk damaging anything whilst live or just in general, I guess. We don't want to break things. Oh, almost 100%. I only missed one screw from that bag just then. There we go. So we have our motherboard in. Set this up so you guys can see to a degree on a nice little angle there. I guess that's probably a better view, or maybe a little bit further out. There we are. So everybody builds PCs a little bit differently, I guess in the order of what they like to put in first or anything that way. I was taught to put in the motherboard, and then once you finished your cabling, go for the graphics card last. Everybody's a little different though. So if you've built PCs in the past, what do you do different? Everyone does their own thing. I'm fully ready for somebody to tell me that I'm not doing this correctly. But that's okay. What do I do when I build PCs? Panic. Fair. I thought it was very funny for a brief while. So somebody asked last week, and I suppose that I probably should do a little bit more of an about me, I suppose. Um, it I have worked for Umart for a few months now. I started off in the build room and then worked at our Chermside store. Now I am based here at our Mansfield store with our sales staff at the front counter. So if ever you want to come in and say hello, I am here Monday through Friday. But yeah, when I was in the build room, something that I always found really entertaining was um, I knew how to build computers. It was my job to build computers, but every time I would turn it on and it actually turned on, I would still get excited. And I was like, oh, um, that's the computer works. Nice. And everyone was like, well, yeah, that's your job. But it's just one of those things, I suppose, because it was something that was a hobby. I started working here and doing it as a job, and then for some reason was still surprised that all the computers worked. But 100% success rate on all of my builds so far, which is great. But we've all had one of those moments where we, you know, don't plug in the CPU cable or something along those lines. That happens. Building is easy. It's like building Lego. It's like building Lego if you've ever used one of the Light My Bricks kits. If you have, and you haven't broken one of those cables, you're lying to me. That's pretty much it. There is no other way around it. All right. So let's set this one just outside there. Super light out, not terribly easy for me to see because again, if anybody tries to tell you that I'm taller than 5 foot nothing, they're lying to you. How's it all going? So far, pretty good. We're running through our first live build. There was a frantic setup panic to try and get a second camera running. And then as soon as we finally got the second camera up and running, the microphone didn't work. And we love that. This is our humble beginnings. Because where is the fun in watching a stream that looks entirely set up and ready? It's got to see where they start, right? Oh, good. I'm being bested by a magnet. That's good. Oh, how technical of a question can be answered by anybody that is on or off camera? Well, I guess that depends on the question. And whether or not you say technical, is it about technology? Is it about, you're like, hey, look, this is a really technical question. It's for my medical studies. We might not be qualified to answer. However, if you ask the question, we'll definitely be able to answer if we can answer the question. Booted first time, impossible. I know. I'm sitting there like there will be instances where I will put a computer together and go, I don't know how to do this, except that I do, and it always starts up and it's always fine. Um, and then there are some times where it comes to say like a Windows issue, and I'm like, I don't even think I know what a computer is. I'm certainly better at the building and the hardware side of things as opposed to the actual software side of things. Software and I, we don't get along. Doing my best though. Unless it's a BIOS update, I can BIOS update like the back of my hand. With my eyes shut, probably. But you shouldn't do that because you might download the wrong update. But yes, thank you to everybody for joining us today. Was hoping to put out some more posts and whatever about it, but hopefully next week be on top of a little bit more. Just a learning process, I suppose. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to rotate this a little bit and probably grab out the box. If I can reach it, we're about to find out if I can. Yeah, nice. A little bit worried being tethered to the power board, but that's okay. There is a chair at the end of the counter. We hear a bang. Somebody has just sat on a very sketchy chair just out of frame. Um, and today I'm first aid officer, so I also have to run off camera. You'll all know why. Here we go. So prepared with everything that I forgot to grab out the actual mounting bracket for it, which is probably pretty good. What do we need that for, right? Does this build have RGB? Yes. So many RGBs. If I switch our camera back really quick, wherever I've left the mouse, whoop, then you can see back here, this is a finished version of our build today. We do have the RGBs. Whoop. So yes, and this is our components boxes. This is everything that is in the build. And right behind me, this is our motherboard that is up for grabs today. Make sure you fill out the Google form. 19 minutes left to complete the build. Oh, probably not. I might get everything into the case in that time, but I get too distracted talking to everyone. However, that's why we have a finished version of it behind me. And inside of the finished version, you can't really see it from there, but you will be able to see it in the photos on our website, is we have our cute little MSI Lucky key rings come in each of these 5 builds. All 5 builds will be available for purchase. The ones that we build, for this build that I'm doing here on stream, as well as 4 others. That sign though, yes. Isn't it nice? We had it last time. It was a little hidden, but very excited to actually have it here. We definitely don't think the camera likes it as much, but you know, we'll work on it. It's all a work in progress. All right. So just having a look, getting the rest of this cooler on. So the build on stream is more so to just give me something to do while we wait for things to happen, I suppose. Ah. Did you ask your complicated question? Favorite flavor of thermal paste? Oh, definitely chocolate. Not that I've eaten thermal paste. Not on purpose, anyway. Anybody who's built a computer that hasn't had thermal paste everywhere, again, I think they might be lying to you. Or maybe maybe I just struggle with these things a little more than I realized. Maybe this is not a universal experience. Thank you, magnetic screwdrivers. Definitely need the bigger screwdriver though. If anybody has anything that they would like to see on the stream, either fill out the Google form because I added it to the bottom. I'm assuming that it actually saved and it's got it listed on there. But also send us a message in the chat. Let us know. Toothpaste is cheap. Oh my gosh. Apple thermal paste is the best. Oh no. Let's not get people eating thermal paste now. Speaking of, we have to put some thermal paste on now. Here we go. I apologize if you can't see much of the build. As I am very short, it is very hard for me to have it situated any closer without not being able to see. So have to have the build pretty close to me so that I can see what I'm doing. Go. So there. Oh my god. But does it? Oh my gosh. This is also, if you have been present for all of the stream, if not all, then most of the stream, make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you fill out the Google Doc. Make sure that you send some messages in the chat to go in the running for our giveaways, but also drink some water. Stay hydrated. Speaking of which, there is a very large bottle of water under you. Could you pass that to me, please? I made sure it was full this time. Oh, they would like us to get the Linus Tech Tips screwdriver. We go water. Okay. We have our cooler on. Nice. Who's rushing our professional tutor? Where do I redeem points of hydrate? Not on YouTube for that one. Oh my gosh. Throwback and a half. Don't you bring these things? Mm. So it's this way, so you guys can at least see it or part of it. Definitely plan to work on a bit of a better setup for future streams and things. If you have any tips, anything like that that you would also like to give us about how to better the viewing experience, they're just Linus Tech Tips everything. We're like, oh, okay. Maybe we'll make a Umart OnLive water bottle. Probably not. Maybe we'll start with some stickers though. That would be cool. Some nice holographic stickers or something. Yes. So the fun thing about our camera is that it was a scramble to get this one set up within the last 5 minutes of our setup because I had tried with two other cameras. We have the good camera that is facing straight at me. That one was supposed to be the top down. Long story short is that the settings took longer time and more brain power than I was able to commit to it today. So, uh, working on all of the other behind the scenes things this week for the stream to make sure everything runs smoothly took priority. And yes, so currently I do apologize. The camera angle might not be the greatest, but there is always room to grow. This is, again, humble beginnings. Less tech issues, some Elgato stream lights. We have like the proper photography lights set up. Again, time stuff. So Hmm. Yes, something that we might look into in the future as well that we've already talked about is doing some collaborative work potentially with other content creators. We don't know who yet. The base of this stream is a collaboration in a sense. There is. I always love pre-installed cables because pre-installed cables mean messy cables more often than not. Whole bunch to fight through in this. I might, if I'm given the nod of approval due to our minor tech difficulties, run maybe 10 minutes over on this one. I'm given the nod of approval. We're all good. Okay. Here we are finding all of our fan cables and stuff.
We can happen for manufacturing to care services as well. So depending on they and it depends on the
So,
so repairing still be done here.
whew,
Yeah, unfortunately, because it is physical, it does it is.
Gudetama themed build when, oh, as soon as I have the ability to do that, I will. I would love to.
Culture nothing.
Mm.
Just long. So there into my last one with you. That's okay. Talk about that. This is even worse. We apologize for not just being excited for all the like back to all week. That would give dollar pants.
Might turn it down a little bit.
Or
There we go. Sorry. Yeah. Just close at 4 p.m.? No. Open till 6. So yes, the form doesn't list Milton under the closest store. There's a good question. I believe I was under the understanding that all of our stores were on there, but I will have a look. Sound. Yes, I'm so sorry. We did have to mute for a moment there. Just for the privacy and protection of some customers in the store. Be very intrigued to have.
I think in terms of the capuchin, I'm not it's one. Yeah, because
We may have to get ready to wrap anyway. Yeah, we got sound again. We have unmuted, muted for a moment there just for safety and privacy.
Yeah, we are going to check it in so
Oh yes, a few different messages and stuff. Apparently Milton is not listed on our closest store list in the Google form. So yes, feel free to just put a comment in there, put down Mansfield or something. Mansfield's better anyway. I'm just gonna make fun of Milton. I hope that Lee is watching, just so that, you know, inadvertent bullying. No, not really. Milton's good. Milton's tidy. I've worked at Milton a couple of times. Worked at Chermside for a good month, I think. And now I'm back at Mansfield. Okay, so yes, probably going to wrap the stream up soon. I know that the build didn't quite get finished, but again, mostly just for something to do while we talk about everything. But thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to fill out the Google form to go into the giveaway. We're in the running to win our MSI Z790 motherboard. Thank you again to MSI for the cool giveaways. The PC build, though not finished, obviously will be finished right after the stream is over. But if you would like to purchase this build, the build that we have here on the screen, like live on the stream, there are 5 of them to be purchased. We will have a link for that up very, very soon, potentially next week. So we do have a version of this build behind me. I might just switch my cam back now so we can see all the other stuff. So we do have a finished version of the build behind me, as well as all of the other components that are inside the build that we've been working on today. I do apologize that we didn't quite get it finished, but you know, a mix of lots of different things happening. I still, you know, working through everything, figuring out this whole streaming business. This is the motherboard that is available to be won after this stream. This is the build we've been working on, the finished version, and each of these builds has a cute step line now. We have a cute little lucky keychain in there as well. Also, thank you to everybody who was a part of last week's stream. We have all of the winners figured out. We know who they are, so keep an eye on your emails. I did want to do the announcement here on the stream, but haven't had a chance to get it organized. I do apologize, but keep an eye on your emails. If you were in the stream last week, or if you're in these streams as well, just keep an eye out to see if you get that email about winning the prizes. I have counted everybody's messages up myself for the most engaged chatter and the people that could win those MSI plushies. I don't have any spoilers about what is up for grabs next week, but guess you just have to keep an eye on our socials, on our website, all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll have some more cool giveaways next week as well. Hopefully. If not, I'll find something. Maybe I'll just fold some paper crayons and hand those. I'm kidding. I don't have to fold them. I already have 1,000 of them ready. I was prepared for this moment. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We got it for the original stream. Also, if you are in store at any point, we do have one on the front of the counter that we stream from that says live now. Been going to Milton for 24 years. Yeah, Milton is nice. Like I said, I've worked there a couple of times. I worked there twice, I think, after my time at Chermside. Chermside is very fast paced with some of the other stuff that goes on there, picking orders and stuff with their on site warehouse. But yeah, if you guys haven't been to our Mansfield store as well, the way that we run is we have our robot warehouse upstairs. So you place an order on the website or you can place it in store, and then it takes about 15-20 minutes for the robots to prepare, sometimes 20 to 30 depending on the item, and then they send it down on Lucky. If you were watching the stream last week, we had an introduction to Lucky, and the other no, I've I've forgotten the name of the other robot that we kidnapped, but we kidnapped two robots for last week's stream to show them on camera. Dudley? I think it was Dudley. Actual robots, yes. Before with gigabyte boards. We have heard a few, I don't know, it's sort of hit or miss. There's always the chance of having issues with any of the other boards, like any board that you purchase, any item, I suppose. But yes, we are going to. Mr. Dev. Oh, no. That's like we have a legitimate robot facility upstairs. So we have robots that drive around with all of them. At some point, I've been told that I am able to go up there and do some content filming to put on our social media. So make sure that you follow our social medias, which is very exciting. At least this week, I am set up so that I can read the chat a little bit better. You mentioned potentially a tour of the warehouse at some point in the last stream. Yes. So in the last stream, I mentioned that at some point, yes. So in form of video, so it'll probably go up on our social medias. And yeah, just keep an eye on all those. Any announcements or anything like that for streams in the future will be on those two. Planning on getting things a little better organized, hopefully in the next week. Yes. All right. We have gone our 10 minutes over for our tech issues. Thank you so much for your patience. I plan to do some nice little stream upgrades next week. If you haven't filled out the Google form yet and you want to enter the draw to win our giveaway today, which is an MSI Z790 motherboard, make sure that you fill out that Google form. Make sure that the screen name section is the name that will have appeared in chat when you were writing messages to us, and make sure that when it asks for your email address, you put in the email address that would be attached to your Umart account. If you don't have one, but you've put an email address in, go make a Umart account. So I think that's pretty much everything. Umart OnLive. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So yes, we're going to wrap the stream up here. We will see you all next Friday. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, we will send out the link and everything, or we'll post it on our social medias, I imagine, for the purchase of the 5 PCs that we've had here. Don't forget the Google form to go into the running to win that MSI motherboard once these 5 builds are up for sales. If you purchase one of the Umart OnLive builds, then one of the 5 builds, you can go in the running to win the MSI monitor as well. So thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. It was my pleasure to host again. And hopefully next week will be a little less chaotic, but I promise nothing. So, we'll see.